Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Manasseh and I'm a registered nurse here in the US. So to work as a registered nurse here in the US, you need to be a legal resident and you need what is called a green card. And to get a green card, you need to have a US employer who will file the green card petition on your behalf. And at this stage, you have two options. You are going to use either a direct hire agency or a recruitment agency. So the direct hire agency is going to connect you to the hospital in whichever part of the US, and that hospital is going to file your green card petition, which means that once you get a green card issued, you are coming exactly to that hospital to work for them in the US for whichever period of time you guys have agreed upon within the contractual stage of the process. If you choose to go with a recruitment agency, you become an employee of the recruitment agency, say Avant or AMN, which has companies like OGP under them, which is the one I came with. You become an employee of that recruitment agency and they will file the green card petition on your behalf. There are pros and cons to whichever option you choose to go with, but in this video I'll speak about direct hire agencies and the benefits of having to move with a direct hire agency, which I believe is a better option. I'll take you through the pros and cons, and then I'll leave you with some trusted direct hire agencies which have known people come to the US with them and have a successful transition process. So here are a few more details about working with a direct hire agency. So like I said earlier, a direct hire agency will link you to an employer in the US, typically a hospital or a long-term care placement facility here in the US. Now this particular hospital will be your employer and they will offer you a contract on a long-term basis. What this means is that this hospital will file the application for your green card, and once it is issued, you are coming directly to that hospital, and that's where you are going to work for a period of time, and it's usually on a long-term basis. Once you get your job and move to the US, you have very little dealings with a direct hire agency that connected you to the hospital that filed your green card petition and helped you move over into the US. Because at this point, you have become a permanent employee of the particular hospital once you arrive here in the US. So for example, if your direct hire agency connected you with a Presbyterian hospital in New York, once you get into the US, you become a permanent employee of the hospital. And the good thing is that you get the same pay, you get the same benefits, you get the same staffing schedule considerations like a resident registered nurse who was trained here in the US. And just so you understand, getting an employer here in the US is all about the benefits. I mean, benefits is a big deal. For example, if you get healthcare benefits, that could be saving you about $900 a month from health insurance payments. Or if you get schedule considerations, that means that you're going to have a fixed schedule that cannot be easily altered. So let's just say you work Mondays, Tuesdays and Saturdays. That means that you're going to work just these 3 days and it never alternates like is the case in UK or back in Ghana. It makes it easy for you to plan your life around your work schedule so that you can go to school, you can pick a second job, you can start a business and have your bookings done. And the difference between being a permanent employee of the hospital, now this also means that once you are signing up with the hospital, whatever sign-on bonuses come with new employees, you are entitled to that as well. So for example, if you go to the website of this particular hospital here, which is called Overlake Medical Center and Clinics, they have a sign-on bonus for experienced hospital RNs, and the sign-on bonuses vary from critical care up to $15,000 for night nurses and $7,500 for day nurses. Okay, and if you are going to work in a clinic, they have $5,000 for you. If you are going to work in labor and delivery, they have up to $10,000 nights and evenings for you, and $7,500 for days. If you are working in all other specialties, you have about $7,500 and $5,000 for days and evenings. And guys, these are some mouth-watering benefits that you will not get if you are not a direct employee of the hospital. Most of them require that you would have funded your own NCLEX, you would have taken the NCLEX and passed, you would have funded your own IELTS, you would have done your own visa screen, and all they do is get you, once you are prepared, connect you with a hospital here in the US and have the hospital file for your green card. Now, having said all of this, let's delve into some of the direct hire agencies that can help you get your contract with a hospital here in the US. And the first one is Connexus MedStaff. Connexus MedStaff is a health recruitment agency and it focuses on placing internationally educated nurses. Connexus MedStaff is one of the very flexible direct hire agencies that I've come across here in the US, and if I had to start the process again, it's probably the agency I'm going to use. Now, if you go to their website, it says that for international nurses who wish to sign up with Connexus, you will need a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing or a nursing diploma equivalent to an associate degree in the USA. And so if you have just a diploma certificate in Ghana, you're allowed to register with Connexus, not just a BSN or anything, just your diploma from nursing school, and you have a BSN is going to be another advantage, but you don't necessarily need it to move to the US. It says you need to be currently working in an acute care or long-term care setting, and then you need to have passed the NCLEX RN exams. It doesn't speak about the IELTS because they'll probably take you through the process. Now, I say Connexus is a favorite because they are saying that even if you're working in a long-term care facility like a care home in the UK, they are able to give you a placement here in the US in an acute care facility in the hospital. And that's a great thing, because when I was moving from the UK, one of the places I wanted to work was in a stroke unit here in the US, and most of those happen to be in the progressive care units here in the US. But while I was signing the contract, my recruitment agency said that the stroke care in the US is mostly done in PCU and ICUs, and because I don't have ICU experience, I'm not allowed, and so I have to work in the neuro and orthopedic unit. And the unit I work is great, but because of the interest I developed in working with stroke patients, I actually wanted to continue that, and so I had to do some 2 months of working in the ICU in the UK, but it wouldn't suffice the requirements of my recruitment agency. Guys, the second one is HealthStar DirectHire Agency, and HealthStar International is one of those direct hire agencies which is of very high repute. So if you go to their website, they speak about 1 to 2 years of current bedside nursing experience at the time of application, and it says that you need medical surgical experience as well, and because that's like really universal. I met a colleague from the Philippines who mentioned that she moved here from the Philippines with this particular agency, and so they are very, very trustworthy and have flexible conditions for internationally educated nurses. They are located in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I understand their speed of work is very admirable as well. The next direct hire agency is Connectix USA, and Connectix USA is one of these popular direct hire agencies under the AMN umbrella. So AMN is this huge healthcare staffing agency here in the US worth over $5 billion, I'm told, and companies like Connectix USA, O'Grady Payton, which is the one I used, are all under the AMN umbrella. But Connectix USA is more specialized in direct hire contracts, even though they also have some recruitment work that they do. Now, Connectix USA has been around since 2007, and if you go to their website, you see thousands of testimonials of people who they have given direct hire contracts. I mean, even the YouTuber Nanelle interviewed a lady who moved to Maryland, and she said she used Connectix. I know another friend in Arizona who also used Connectix to migrate to the US, and they have similar working conditions. But the good thing is that once they bring you are not under the AMN umbrella, you are directly with the hospital, and that's a good thing, because when you're under AMN, it's a whole different story. Your benefits are different, but if you are directly under the hospital, like I said earlier, you are a permanent employee of the hospital, and you are due all the benefits that anyone else gets. Now, the fourth one is Halfmaster Staffing. So Halfmaster Agency does not only recruit internationally educated nurses, they recruit medical laboratory technologists, they recruit nurses, they recruit doctors as well, and their specialization, even in the field of nursing, is in the field of strike nursing and crisis nursing. So here in the US, if a hospital decides to go on strike, the agency is supposed to look for nurses from other regions or other states who come and cover those nurses while they're on strike. And those strike nurses are like the big brothers of travel nurses, because within 2 weeks of strike, they can earn as much as $30,000 or $20,000 within just 2 weeks of working, because some nurses are on strike. And Halfmaster is one of those agencies that recruits strike nurses to cover up for hospitals that have their nurses going on strike. Now, another good thing is that once Halfmaster brings you into the country, you're permanently working with the hospital, and if along the line you feel like you want to leave and there is a strike contract somewhere, once you have the connection with Halfmaster, they can link you to one of those strike contracts and you can go there and secure the bag. The fifth and the last one, guys, is PRS Global. And guys, PRS Global is another personal favorite of mine, and the reason is simple. I mean, PRS Global does not have any of those difficult conditions or criteria that you have to meet before you become registered with them, and it's easily the only direct hire agency you will ever need, because that is their specialty. They are also one of those few agencies that is able to recruit you from, say, a care home in the UK to a hospital in the US, or a stroke unit in the UK to an ICU here in the US. Now, and when you think of it, I feel like it's a bit extreme when some agencies try to discriminate, because every nurse takes the NCLEX, and the added advantage of nurses who have worked in the UK or any of the other countries is that they have a lot of years of experience, and so they can fit into a lot of other settings that you put them, because you are recruiting fresh graduates from the US and putting them in the ICU, and they are working and they are doing well there. You are putting them in PC, you are putting them in emergency rooms, and they are doing very well there. What makes you think that a nurse who has worked in the emergency room in the UK or on a medical surgical floor or on a stroke unit in the UK cannot thrive in an ICU in the US? I mean, majority of them will excel. That's what I believe, and I'm speaking for myself as well. So I'm not sure why some agencies seek to discriminate against candidates who do not have the ICU experience that they require. But PRS Global is one of those agencies, and if you go to their website and you click on nursing professionals, it tells you about what you need to have to be able to register with them, and it says here direct placement, get directly hired with your employer of choice in the state of your choice, and we give you the liberty to choose where you want to work. Guys, this is really good. So they are going to help with the concierge services. They will meet you at the airport, they will take you around and bring you to the place They have premium processing, which is what most of the internationally educated nurses want. They want their processes to be carried out in a very quick and fast manner. They also have green card sponsorships. Now they also connect you with the hospitals that will offer you your green card sponsorships, and that's a good thing. Now guys, there are other agencies that I may not have mentioned, like Worldwide Staffing Solutions, Cross Country, and American Traveler, among others. Like, it's just a whole list of these direct hire agencies, and I'll be sure to include almost all of them in the description below. I hope this video has been of value to you, and if you are down a rabbit hole of making a decision as to which direct hire agencies to go with, I hope you found some value, and this video has hopefully made your journey a bit quicker and brought more clarity to your path. Subscribe to the channel and leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.